Is it possible that your feeling of alienation is actually a sign that you are one of the chosen ones and that you are called to change the world? In our holy book, it is mentioned that there are 144,000 people. Are you one of the chosen ones? Throughout history and across various civilizations, chosen people have served as both a source of inspiration for others with their ideas and as a fascinating enigma. In today's video, we will examine various interpretations and together uncover the underlying spiritual meaning. The first connotation that lies beneath the concept of the chosen ones, in particular the number 144,000, goes beyond its actual numerical value to represent a great collective spiritual awakening that is referred to as the unified awareness. This interpretation encourages you to imagine a future in which the consciousnesses of individuals come together to form a harmonious whole, overcoming the boundaries of ego, culture, and belief systems. From this perspective, being selected is not about being exclusive. Rather, it is about embodying a state of being one with everything that exists. You are traversing a life in which every encounter and every moment is imbued with the consciousness of a divine essence that is shared by individuals at all times. Here, the chosen ones are not a select few, but rather emissaries of a broader waking, with the awakening of each individual contributing to a tidal wave of transformation that is sweeping throughout humanity. This image of unity awareness represents a reality in which compassion, empathy, and mutual understanding are not merely idealistic concepts, but rather the very basis upon which society is built. Moving away from rivalry and toward collaboration, as well as from isolation and toward connection, is what this means in day-to-day living. When you live by this principle, you have the ability to affect those around you, which can cause ripples of change that stretch far beyond the circle of people you are physically surrounded by. Your perception of strangers shifts from seeing them as other people to seeing them as extensions of yourself, with each individual being a distinct manifestation of the same universal energy. Having this perspective allows you to see that you are an essential component of life, which in turn helps you feel a profound feeling of serenity and belonging. Within the framework of this discussion, the significance of the chosen ones transforms into a rallying cry for each and every person to become aware of their intrinsic interconnectedness with all other beings. You will be challenged to live your life with an open heart and an aware mind, to see beyond the illusions of separation, and to be a beacon of light in a world that is yearning for connection and unity. With this understanding of the chosen ones, you are given the ability to be a change agent and to live your life as a demonstration of the limitless potential of communal awakening. The chosen ones are portrayed as emissaries of a new age, souls that have volunteered to come from higher dimensional realms in order to assist in the vast elevation of Earth's collective consciousness, according to the second deep interpretation of the chosen ones. This idea does not fall within the realm of just fantastical possibilities. Those individuals who experience a natural dissociation from the material world and a magnetic draw towards the heavenly are the ones who are most likely to respond strongly to this summons. There is a possibility that you will find yourself questioning the current state of affairs, experiencing a profound awareness that there is more to life than what is initially apparent. Your higher self is whispering to you that you are not only here to observe, but to actively engage in a transformational epoch. This is not a coincidence, rather it is a signal of your purpose, in which you are here to actively participate. The chosen ones in this light are not selected through the process of exclusivity. Rather, they are chosen based on their readiness to serve, their capacity to love without conditions, and their commitment to steer humanity toward a more enlightened and brighter existence. Take a time to reflect on the acts of kindness that you perform on a daily basis, the subtle shifts in understanding that you experience, and the moments of profound introspection that you have. Every single one of these occurrences functions as a miniature version of your mission, a piece of the puzzle that makes up the enormous mosaic of communal awakening. Your encounters have the capacity to elevate, to heal, and to illuminate the road for others, gently nudging the collective into a heightened state of consciousness and compassion. This is because you are an envoy of a new age where you have the ability to engage with others. Having this function, which is imbued with a feeling of divine purpose, provides a prism through which you can view your experiences and problems not as personal trials, but rather as chances to hone your abilities, to deepen your connection to the source, and to represent the values of the new age. It is not a coincidence that you are already here on Earth at this crucial juncture. You have made a deliberate decision to follow this path, which is a demonstration of your soul's dedication to the progression of consciousness. Your journey will be transformed into one of tremendous significance when you accept this meaning of being selected. Through this transformation, every thought, word, and deed will contribute to the progress of humanity. To live with intention, to exemplify the values of the higher realms, and to serve as a light of hope and transformation are all things that are called upon you by this command. You are both a student and a teacher in this big adventure of the soul. You are also a healer and an explorer. You are a member of a celestial brigade that has been tasked with the most honorable of tasks, which is to awaken the heart of humanity and usher in an era of spiritual development that is unprecedented. In the third interpretation of the term chosen ones, individuals are portrayed as catalysts for both spiritual and physical ascension, and they are crucial players in the great orchestration of the evolution of the universe. Their responsibility encompasses more than just providing counsel. Activators of the light body, agents of profound human transformation, and awakeners of the subtle energy systems of the body are all characteristics that they contribute to. People who hear the call to transcend the constraints of the body and journey into the infinite realms of spirit are the ones who should follow this route. It is not a path for people who are easily discouraged. In this place, those who have been selected take their place, embodying the bravery to leap, to disintegrate into the light, and to resurface transformed. This metamorphosis is not merely symbolic, rather, it is a palpable evolution in which the very fibers of their being are illuminated by the ethereal brightness of ascension. They activate their light bodies by engaging in rigorous spiritual practices, meditating, and making a commitment to their own personal development. As a result, they become powerful beacons of pure energy in a world that is in desperate need of lighting. In the context of this discussion, your journey as a chosen one requires you to carefully tune your inner frequencies, bring your chakras into harmony, and engage in a personal conversation with your higher self. A process that involves shedding the heavy cloaks of past wounds, societal conditioning, and limiting beliefs in order to stand naked and radiant in your divine essence is what it means to go through this process. At the same time as each step you take toward activating your light body contributes to your own personal ascension, it also operates as a ripple, which is a vibratory donation to the collective, which raises the consciousness of everyone. During the course of a typical day, this may take the form of profound realizations that occur during meditation, sudden surges of creative energy, or an unexplainable feeling of being connected to all that exists. These are not random occurrences, rather they are indications that you are waking. They are proof that the subtle energy systems that are contained inside you are coming to life and pulsating with the melody of the universe. As you make your way through this trip, keep in mind that the path of ascension is both inside and outward. It is a dance of light that begins in the heart and extends outward, touching lives, mending wounds, and lighting the darkness. A steady devotion to your spiritual practice, a rigorous quest of inner truth, and an unflinching confidence in the process of ascension are all necessary components for completely embodying this role with all of its responsibilities. This is an invitation to live as a living testimony to what is possible when one aligns themselves with their highest purpose, acting as a living bridge between the earthly and the heavenly. When you do this, you not only raise your own consciousness, but you also raise the consciousness of the group as a whole toward a new horizon of consciousness, one in which the light body is not an anomaly, but rather the regular state of being. The chosen ones are revealed to be mirrors of cosmic synchronicity, embodying the harmony that exists between individual awakening processes and the universal awareness, according to the fourth. Your path of waking is not a singular occurrence in this realm of comprehension. Rather, it is a symphony in which each note you play reverberates across the fabric of reality, so influencing the melody that is universal. In this context, the chosen ones are not only individuals who are on a journey of self-discovery. Rather, they are important threads that are woven into the very nature of the universe. Each of these threads reflects and amplifies the synchronicities that link the cosmos together. Your experiences of synchronicity are profound, and often because you are a chosen one. These experiences serve as signposts that indicate the route of your progress and as beacons for those who are navigating their own spiritual journeys. Your role in this cosmic ballet is to both observe and create, to recognize the patterns that connect occurrences that at first glance appear to be unrelated, and to incorporate your own experiences into the overall narrative. In the ordinary, the everyday exchanges when the divine chooses to reveal itself, such as a chance meeting, a book dropping open at the correct page, or a conversation overheard at precisely the right moment. This does not simply happen during moments of meditation or spiritual practice. It also happens in circumstances that are not very significant. These occurrences are not a coincidence. Rather, they are the universe communicating with you directly through you. When you accept this job, you are committing to living with a heightened sense of awareness, to being continually open to the signals that the universe sends your way, and to having the understanding that your personal awakening is a microcosm of the enlightenment that the entire world is experiencing. It is to acknowledge that in every decision, every difficulty, and every victory, you are reflecting the cosmic synchronicity that runs through all of life. This serves as a reminder that we are all interconnected and that we are all a part of the same amazing drama that is unfolding. Because you are both a mirror and a light on this journey, you are able to reflect the grandeur of the universe while also shedding light on the way forward for those who are traveling alongside you. By occupying the sacred area where the physical and the spiritual meet, the chosen ones are able to channel new energies and insights that weave higher spiritual principles into the fabric of earthly existence. This is the fifth meaning, which unfolds the chosen ones as bridges between realms. This function goes beyond simple communication. It is an active, living incarnation of divine energy that translates ethereal ideas into changes that are palpable and transformational in both society and the environment. Imagine that you are a conduit, as if the whispers of the spiritual realm are able to find a voice in the material world through your own being. It is not about communicating messages, rather, it is about becoming the message itself, a living testimony to the connection that exists between all realms. According to this perspective, those who are selected are not merely individuals who wander between two different worlds. Rather, they are the precise nexus where these worlds meet, giving birth to new realities via their acts, intentions, and unshakable dedication to spiritual development. When applied to day-to-day life, this translates to an incredible capacity to motivate change, to exert influence over the collective consciousness, and to begin movements that are reflective of the highest principles of love, compassion, and togetherness. It can be observed in the manner in which you live your life, in the decisions that you make that are respectful of the planet, in the acts of compassion that you show to other people, and in the inventive solutions that you come up with to problems. Every action that is imbued with spiritual awareness becomes a seed of transformation that is planted in the fertile ground of communal reality. Your function as a bridge grants you both privilege and responsibility at the same time. It urges you to be steadfast in your vision of a world in which spiritual truths govern societal standards, where regard for life transcends all barriers, and where harmony with nature is not an ideal, but a lived reality. It is a call to you to be unyielding in your convictions. The ideas of oneness, ecological stewardship, and universal love are given a physical form of expression through you, which poses a challenge to the existing order and directs humanity toward a more enlightened way of life. In order to comprehend the significance of this concept, you must first realize that you are a significant contributor to the development of consciousness and a creator of the new earth. You need to have a profound alignment with your best self and be willing to be guided by the unseen forces that are moving through you in order to do this. You are tasked with the responsibility of bringing the light of higher realms into the everyday, so affecting not just your own life, but also the very essence of what it means to be human. This involves bringing the light of higher realms into the everyday. As you go along this path, you are both a vessel and a creator, and you are influencing the future with every breath, every word, and every courageous act that you perform. The awakening of the light body is an incredible process that transforms the physical form into a vessel of pure energy. This is shown by the sixth meaning, which reveals a profound aspect of life. Not only does this metamorphosis signify the attainment of personal transcendence, but it also represents the acquisition of a sort of immortality that transcends the confines of the material world. This transition truly represents the pinnacle of spiritual progress. The trip that the chosen ones set out on is not one that they undertake as a solo pursuit of enlightenment. Rather, they undertake it as pioneers of what is possible for mankind when it is at the pinnacle of its potential. Envision your body not just as a physical being, but as a bright energy construct, capable of transcending the dense frequencies of physical existence. Those individuals who are being invited to awaken their light body are not living in a fantasy dream. Rather, they are living in a practical reality. You begin the transformation of your physical form into one that is composed of pure light and energy by engaging in spiritual activities that are disciplined, maintaining a deep meditation practice, and living a life that is in alignment with the laws of the universe. The culmination of eons of spiritual progress, this shift is a beacon announcing the beginning of a new era in human consciousness. It symbolizes the culmination of spiritual evolution, in addition to having implications that extend well beyond the scope of the individual. The awakening of the light body also serves as a living template for what is possible for all of mankind combined. In the process of your transformation, you shed light on the way forward for others, demonstrating that it is possible to transcend the constraints that we face on Earth and enter a realm that is filled with unfathomable possibilities, eternal existence, and profound tranquility. Your voyage functions as a catalyst, that is, it accelerates the collective evolution of human consciousness toward a future in which the light body becomes a universal characteristic of the human experience. It is not just the way you experience existence that is influenced by this process, but also the way you engage with the environment that surrounds you. When you have a light body that has been awakened, your presence transforms into a conduit for higher frequencies of love, healing, and transformation, and it touches the lives of everyone you come into contact with. You transform into a living example of the power of spiritual development, an embodiment of the divine walking among people because of your spiritual development. For this meaning to be understood, you must have an unwavering dedication to your spiritual path, a willingness to let go of the outdated paradigms of life, and a heart that is open to the tremendous changes that are around the corner. This is a call to live not only for oneself, but also for the betterment of all beings, and it serves as a shining example of what it is to be completely awakened and totally alive. During this holy trip, you are not only undergoing a transformation of yourself, but you are also contributing to the shaping of the future of humanity. The seventh interpretation digs into the profound mission of those who have been chosen, which is the balancing of two opposing forces, bringing the conflicting forces that regulate both the interior landscape of the individual and the external dynamics of the collective into alignment is the sacred job that needs to be accomplished. The equilibrium between the masculine and feminine, the material and the spiritual, action and contemplation is not only an ideal, rather it is an essential foundation for the development of a new paradigm of existence that reflects the intricate and interrelated realities of higher dimensions. As one of the chosen, it is your responsibility to gently steer these forces that appear to be in opposition to one another into a state of equilibrium in which neither side appears to be more powerful than the other, but rather they coexist in perfect harmony. Having a profound comprehension of the nature of two energies, a loving heart that acknowledges the importance of both, and the wisdom to navigate the delicate dance of their integration are all necessary components for accomplishing this achievement, which is not a simple task. This mission finds expression in a wide variety of ways in day-to-day living. The manner in which you honor your reasoning mind while listening to the whispers of your intuition, the manner in which you participate with the world while cultivating your spiritual well-being, and the method in which you strike a balance between your desire for achievement and the need for inner peace are all important characteristics. Every choice you make and every action you do is infused with the aim of bringing about harmony, not only within yourself, but also in the world around you. In order for a new paradigm to arise, which transcends the polarities that have long divided humanity, it is important that this quest for balance be pursued. By embodying this harmony, those who have been chosen create the way for a reality in which the energies of the masculine and feminine sides complement and amplify one another, in which the pursuit of financial achievement does not come at the expense of spiritual development, and in which action is constantly tempered by reflection. With the acceptance of this role comes the acceptance of a sacred responsibility to become a living bridge between realms, a vessel through which the higher-level ideals of oneness, compassion, and balance are rooted into the earthly plane. As a call to live with purpose, to be a beacon of light in a world that is often torn apart by division, and to inspire people around you to join in the collective endeavor of weaving an existence that mirrors the beauty, complexity, and harmony of the cosmos itself. This is a call to action. You are not the only one working on this task. You are a component of a huge network of souls, each of which makes a unique contribution to the overarching plan of evolution for the universe. Within the context of the eighth interpretation, the chosen individuals are portrayed as the pioneers of a new earth. They are visionaries who have been entrusted with the sacred responsibility of reshaping our world into a haven where spiritual values guide the structures of society, and where peace, unity, and sustainability are not merely ideals, but the very foundation upon which our collective future is building. The scope of this vision goes beyond merely addressing environmental or social issues. It covers a profound alteration of human awareness, as well as the manner in which we engage with our world and with one another. Imagine that you are standing at the beginning of this new Earth, a world that has been reborn as a result of the unrelenting efforts of individuals who had the courage to dream it into real life. In your capacity as one of these architects, you hold within you the blueprint for a civilization that recognizes the interdependence of all life and acknowledges that true prosperity can only be attained when we live in harmony with the earth and in unity with one another. This is a world in which disagreements are settled through the application of compassion and understanding, in which resources are distributed fairly, and in which every person is respected for the distinctive contribution that they make to the total. This enormous undertaking requires you to play a role that is both imaginative and practical. Not only are you participating in the process of imagining the possibilities of what could be, but you are also actively trying to bring these visions into reality. You are establishing the groundwork for a civilization that embodies the highest values of love, knowledge, and respect for all beings by the thoughts, words, and acts that you are taking. You are guaranteeing that the world that our children and grandchildren will inherit is one that is filled with plenty, peace, and enlightenment by planting the seeds for future generations. In order to accomplish your mission, you will need to have courage, because it needs you to be at the forefront of change, frequently in the face of resistance or distrust. However, it is also a trip filled with a great deal of joy and hope. For the reason that you are contributing to the creation of the new earth, you are taking part in one of the most significant transformations in the history of humanity. In every action you do, every thought you express, and every act of kindness you carry out, you are contributing a stone to the construction of a new civilization. This civilization will be constructed on the unshakable foundations of spiritual truth and universal love. When you accept this meaning, you are acknowledging that you are a co-creator of the future, a guiding light that leads mankind toward its lofty destiny. This is a call to live your life with purpose and passion, to be an incarnation of the change you wish to see in the world, and to encourage people around you to join you in this noble mission. You are not just a dreamer, but also a builder in this attempt. You are building not only a new civilization, but also a new period for humanity, one in which the ideas of today become the realities of tomorrow. Taking the sacred call into account in conclusion, during the course of the developing story of humanity's search for enlightenment and togetherness, the function of the chosen ones develops not as a title of exclusivity, but rather as a calling of the heart, a summons to those who sense the stirrings of a deeper purpose within their souls. During this journey that we have traveled together, we have explored the many different meanings that are associated with this sacred title. This journey is just a prologue to the big adventure that is waiting for each of us. You are being encouraged to come into the light of your full potential as you stand on the brink of change. You are being asked to accept the mantle of a chosen one, not via arbitrary selection, but through the conscious choice to be a vessel for transformation. The route that lies in front of you is one that is of great significance, and it is asking you to play the role of an architect of a new earth, a beacon of unified consciousness, and a pioneer in the collective ascent of our species. The narratives that we have discussed are not merely stories filled with far-off ideals. In other words, they are blueprints for action, guiding principles for individuals who are prepared to embody the change that they want to see in the world. Whether it be through the harmonization of dualities, the awakening of the light body, or the planting of the foundations of a society that is rooted on spiritual ideals, your contribution is priceless, and your presence is necessary while we are in this period of deep transformation. Each of your words, thoughts, and actions is like a thread weaving our tapestry of destiny. Embrace this opportunity with courage, love, and an unwavering belief that together we can realize a new vision for the world, a planet where peace reigns, harmony prevails, and humanity's immense potential is fully realized. Everything begins with dreaming. You are not alone on this journey. Love, affection, and enlightenment are within us. There is no such thing as a distant dream. On the contrary, every breath, moment, and decision we make builds a reality. The chosen ones, stand up and let's build this new world together.